Start. Take a pretty wide stance, like take up the width of your yoga mat. Extend the arms down by your side. Either look straight ahead or a little bit down, and even close the eyes. Nice full breath in. Clear the space with an open mouth exhale. Do that one more time. Nice full breath. Expand and open on the exhale. Strengthen and draw in. And we'll get right into our 45-minute yoga sculpt practice here by lifting the arms now up towards the sky. Fully open the eyes. And then exhale, drape right down through your center. Take the hands towards the mat. Feel free to bend the knees here as the body finds its way and opens. Nice steady stretch right here through the back of the legs. Let your head hang and be heavy. And then walk it out to downward facing dog. As you find downward facing dog, pedal the feet back and forth, back and forth. Lower your knees down to the mat and do cat and cow. Move your spine up and down. Good. Stay with a neutral spine. Send your right arm out to the side and then all the way up to the sky. So a nice open rotation through the torso. And twisted child's pose. Take the right arm under you. Lay the shoulder, ear, side of the face down to the mat. And then stretch your left arm out in front. Today I'm keeping the hips lifted right over the line of the knees. Lift your left arm up to the sky. And then set it down beside your face and use it to help you come back up to all fours. We'll repeat on the second side, so it's left arm straight out to the side first. And I'm finding these different stopping points so that they could be a stopping point for you if you want. Lift the left arm up. Or you've got the progressions. Take it into the twist. Left shoulder, ear, side of the face down to the mat. Take the right arm long out in front, but still on the mat for a long side body stretch. That second phase is arm up to the sky. And then right hand comes back beside your face. Use it to help you back up to all fours. Downward facing dog. Step the right foot in between the hands for your low lunge. Shift the legs back and forth, straighten and bend here. Warming up the body, getting used to some movement for this practice. Shift back and forth. And then step it all the way back to downward facing dog. And switch sides. Step the left foot through. Same thing, after you find your full stride, rock back and forth, straighten and bend. Change it to downward facing dog. All right, progressing into our yoga sculpt sun salutation. Take the right hand to the left leg and twist it down dog. And then set it back down. Set the left hand to the right leg. Look and twist underneath. And set it down. Come forward to plank. Slow cross climbers. Right knee towards the left elbow. And back. left to the right, and back. Cross right knee, back, and left knee, back. Step or jump the feet to the front, outside of your hands. Stand all the way up. Squats, come down and up. Keep your chest lifted. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips a little forward each time you stand fully upright. Find a pace that works for you. It doesn't have to be overly fast or overly slow here. Give yourself 2 more. Body weight squats. Everything is body weight today. Take the hands down. Step or jump back to plank. And then dog pose. And then walk the hands to the feet. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. Let's do this whole thing with a little quicker pace. Touch down to your toes. Walk it out. Twisted down dog. Right hand to the left. Set it down. Left hand to the right. Set it down. Come forward to plank. Cross climbers. 8 times now. Just a little faster pace. You don't have to run with it. Still slow enough to notice the muscular engagement. Step or jump feet to the outside of the hands. Stand up, 8 body weight squats, 8, 7, 6, 5. Find the depth that still keeps your knees headed straight over your toes. 2, and 1. Hands down, through plank, through dog, hands to the feet. Stand, reach the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more time through this warm-up series. Down dog twist. Cross climbers. Go for it. Step or jump, feet to the hands, stand up. Slow body weight squats this time. 2 down, 2 up. Slow it down. Really overemphasize the descent. 1 more, all you need. Excellent. Touch down, plank, dog pose. Walk the hands in. Stand, reach to the sky, hold here, reach, reach, reach. Good. Hold on to one wrist, reach up and over to the side. Come through your center, reach up and over to the second side. And come back to the middle. Give everything a little bit of a shake. So today's full practice is a nice long circuit. There's 11 exercises. Each exercise we'll do for 50 seconds. And then we have a 10-second transition. I'll just call them out through the first round. See, time allowing, if we can get up to 3 full rounds in here. This starts with triangle pose to warrior 2. So take your feet wide. Turn the right toes out, the left toes a little bit in. Hinge and reach to triangle pose. Give it a couple of breaths and then come right back up and change to warrior 2. Bend the front knee. You go again on the same side, triangle pose. and into warrior two. Straighten the leg and switch to the second direction. Triangle pose. Warrior two. Triangle pose. And warrior two. Straighten the legs, turn the toes parallel to one another. Lateral lunge, you're bending the right knee. Keep the chest lifted here. Hands, I like to take them right in front or sometimes straight out. Waist works as well. We're holding one side in that lateral lunge, trying to get a good stretch through the inner thigh. Keep the feet flat, toes pointed straight ahead, but about the height of that front right knee. Okay, switch sides. The series is not overly intense. It's about really noticing the movement, how our body is responding today. Straighten the leg, heel toe the feet until you're just hip distance apart. Curtsy squat is next. Step your left foot behind your right. Little squat and step back to where you started. Again, not trying to go overly fast here or overly slow. Just find a nice steady rhythm. No extra resistance today, just you, the body weight, the movement. Switch to your second side, so plant the left foot well, step the right foot back. I'm aligning my right knee to about come down towards the Achilles heel each time I'm in the low squat. Have the feet hip distance apart, extend the arms up to the sky. Bend the knees and sit down into your thighs. Utkatasana or chair pose. This is a static hold. We're staying as low and set into the legs as possible. Arms can change. You can hold the shoulders. Take the hands out to the side. Bend at the elbows, just kind of find your way here. Try to stay low into the legs with a lift through the chest. You've got 10 more seconds. This one feels like the longest because it's the static hold. We can do this. And done. Stand up. Hands to the waist, turn towards the short side of your mat if not already. This is a step down. You're going right knee down, left knee down, right foot up and left foot. And then just switching. Coming up and down, a set of stairs from the knees. And it's that step up we most want to concentrate on, maybe even pause each time. Take a good sense of strengthening through pelvic floor, lower abs. Couple more times here. Enough balance and stability that you're not hitting the knees heavy to the ground. Stand up. Front kick, I want to see it's through 3 different positions. It's a bent lift in the knee, and then you kick the leg straight, bend the leg, and back down. Go to the second side. Lift, kick, bring it in and down. So working strength in the hip flexor. Transverse abdominis. Lift, kick, From here, we'll be going down to the mat into all fours for bear walks. But you're still here. Just one more time. Okay. Transition down to the floor. Shoulders right over the wrist. Knees right under the hips. Lift your knees off of the floor. You could stay in the static position, hold, or walk it forward and back along the length of your mat. Do try to keep the knees just barely lifted off of the mat and dropped right down from the line of the hips, not too far forward. If the movement in the shoulders, wrist is too much, you stay with the static hold. Remember to keep the breath going. And lower the knees. And then come down to your forearms. Elbows as wide as your shoulders, interlace the hands. Forearm plank. Walk the legs straight back behind you with the knees up. Hold as much as works with knees up. If you're looking for a little more steadying or a break, knees down. Even for just a few quick counts, and then go back up. Looking for more challenge, you can add hip dips to this. You kind of sway the feet from side to side, edge to edge. Hips don't have to touch all the way down to the mat, but just dip from side to side. Keep going here. Within your chosen static forearm plank or the movement with the hip dips. And knees down. Turn over onto your back. Bridge pose, soles of the feet to the mat. Reach your hands to brush close to your heels. Lift your hips all the way up towards the sky. Come halfway down. And then press all the way up and let the hips go all the way down. So I call this one London Bridge. Lift up, halfway, all the way up, all the way down. Lift, half release, lift and lower. Nice squeeze in the glutes each time you take that full lift. A little softening on the half. Good. Pull the knees into the chest. Give yourself just a little bit of a hug. And then use that as momentum to help you rock up to a seat. Boat pose. Extend the arms out. Lift the heels off the ground with the knees bent. Again, the option to make this one a static hold, or what I call rock the boat. Arms go to the left as the knees go to the right, and you're switching back and forth. Not overly quick. Slow it down, control that rock. Almost towards the end of this first cycle, there's one more exercise after this. Roll back down to your back, legs straight up into the air. Sit on your hands. We've got leg raises. I always like to do the first few, just one leg at a time. Notice the engagement, still feeling strong and connected. Go for 2 legs at the same time. You glue them together. Always want to feel the belly as though it's pressing down towards the mat. If you start to feel a lift or a doming on the top of the belly, go back to 1 leg. Hardest part of the pose, always exhale and press out. And then pull your knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice strong hug. And rock yourself up to a seated position. This is a great time to get a quick drink of water and let yourself reset. We'll start the whole thing from the top again, all the way top to bottom. Remember, we start with the triangle pose to warrior two. One on each side. Okay. Ready? Let's go right into round two. Take the feet wide, triangle pose to the right. About 2 breaths, and then you come up, transition to warrior two. Bend the front knee, gaze out over the front fingertips. One more time on this side, triangle pose to warrior two. Switch, second side, turn the feet, triangle pose. Lift, use the back leg, top hand to kind of pull you back up, warrior two. Triangle pose. And warrior two. Straighten the legs, turn the toes parallel to one another, the feet parallel. Come to a lateral lunge. Bend the right knee, keep the chest lifted best we can. Arms, change them as you wish. Outer edge of my left leg right now wants to kind of get lighter and let me lean over towards the right side. Try to keep it even. Feel the outer edge of the foot. And then switch sides. Often neglected upper inner thighs, both with strength and with stretch. Try to get a good look right here in these two exercises. Come back up, curtsy, lunge. Take the left foot behind the right. Step and to back. Still want our chest lifted. I tend to look down and just kind of check the alignment of the feet the first few times. And then knowing that's all set, to keep going. One more on this side. And then switch feet. Again, we want the knee that's crossing to the back to bow about in line with the front heel. From here, we go to our chair pose hold. 2 feet flat, about hip distance apart. Lift the arms up to the sky. Bend the knees, sit into the thighs. Again, arms are up to you. A little more work in opening through chest and shoulders. Take it out to this goddess pose. A little more protection and ease in the shoulders. Hold on to them. If you are taking goddess, squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades in. And still try to sit the tailbone more down towards the floor to keep the torso lifted. Looking good. We've got this one. 5 more seconds. And we go into those lunge step ups. Options if the down and up through the knees isn't working for you. Hold a high lunge or take it through body weight squats. I do not have any particular issues in the knees, and so I like the hard resistance, reminding me not to slam down. Slow and controlled. Nice strong step up each time. From here, we're going into those front kicks with the 3 different stages: bent, straight, bent. Transitioning to the front kicks. Hands just stay right at the waist. Pick the right knee up. You're finding balance and control. Hip flexor strength. Also working glutes and hamstrings. Side to side, switching your foot each time. Remember, from here, we go to the we go to bear walks and then the forearm plank. Always good to remember what's coming up. 10 more seconds here. Nice steady front kick. That's it. Switch to your bear walk or bear hold. It's from all fours. Knees lifted. Hold it static or dynamic. Walk it. In the walks, try not to rock the hips too much from side to side. They have to change. Best we can, though. Keep that stability and keep it low to the ground. Many of you are in the core series this month. You'll notice in week 3, much of this is repeated in the Sculpt workout. Forearm plank, come down to the forearms, interlace the hands, elbows are as wide as the shoulders. Walk it out to the toes, straight legs, knees off the ground here. My breath always gets a little bit quicker, heart rate a little lifted in the bear walk section. Here's the time to really ease and slow it down. Add the hip dips as you're ready. And knees come back down. Roll yourself on over to your back. London Bridge. Lift the hips up, halfway down, all the way up, and all the way down. If you're looking to make this one a little bit more challenging, you can take one leg straight up to the sky as you do so. Switch after each London Bridge. The boat pose with the hold or the rock from side to side. is up right here. Pull your knees into the chest to give yourself a momentum lift. Find the static pose of boat first. And then start to move with it. In the rock, try to really go all the way over to one hip. Nice torso rotation. Different modified way to do this is keep the heels on the ground, still with the rock. Five more seconds here. Then we lie back down and go into the leg raises. Here we are. Both feet up. Sit on the hands. And again, feet can stay glued together or go one leg at a time. Where you're lowering the legs down to is up to you. But make sure, even at the very lowest point, you can feel mid, low back sinking down towards your mat, not dramatically curving away. That usually gets you the idea of how low should I bring the legs. Noticing the time. Oh, so sad we won't have enough time to get a full third set in here. So this is your hug, knees into chest. Really full gratitude for 2 full circuits of this movement. And we'll give ourselves a little bit more to stretch it out. Okay, we get it. Rock yourself all the way up to seated and then stand all the way up. Lift the arms up to the sky. Hold on to one wrist and reach over to the opposite side. Go back to this crescent stretch. Always my favorite. Back through the center, hold on. Second side, up and over. Great. Come back to your middle. Let's go through a full sun salutation. Good old regular sun salutation A, forward fold. Half lift. Step back to plank. Lower down to the mat. Cobra pose here. That one should feel nice. Stretch out through abs, shoulders. Push back to child's pose. Take it in here for a breath. And then switch to downward facing dog. Add right leg lifted here. So lift the right leg up into the air. Pull the knee to the chest, hover forward, lunge step through, right hand high. Down dog lunge, another one that should feel pretty good here at the end of this movement. Bring the hands to the inside. Broaden the front knee away from your front shoulder. Walk it back in, hands around the front foot, step through plank. Chaturanga is that hover right above the mat. Change it to cobra. Child's pose. Through downward facing dog, give it a couple of breaths. And then lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Knee to chest, hover forward. Use the strength to step through. Revolved lunge, left hand high. Down dog lunge, hands to the inside. Spin the back heel down, walk the hands out. Keep the weight in the feet, especially push through that back foot. All right, friends, walk the hands around the front foot. This time step forward, back foot to the front. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand, reach the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. Yogi squat. Take the feet a little wider than the hips. Turn the toes out. Bend the knees. I usually let my chest go down at first and then start to drop the hips in. Keep the feet as flat as you can. Hips can always stay more lifted to keep the feet flat. Sit down into this lower squat as works. Hold here. Maybe even close the eyes for a moment. Slowing down breath and body. Even just one deep breath can have the power to reset, calm, slow it down. From here, we're going to catch ourselves and just sit all the way to the mat. Soles of the feet together, knees out in either direction. Fold over the legs. Press your feet in, extend the knees out here. Come all the way back up, hug the knees in. Stretch the left leg out and then cross the right foot over the left. Twist, catch the front of your shin or the outside of the thigh. On an inhale, come back to your center, untwist. Switch your legs. Left foot comes in and over. Again, hug to the front of the shin, usually my favorite. Or you can take that deeper twist, elbow to the outside of the thigh. And inhale, come out of the twist. Come to a cross-legged seat. Try feet right underneath the line of the knees. So that if you lean forward here, maybe even forearms all the way to the ground. Get a nice release, soft release through the outer hip. I did this circuit a few times yesterday, and I can already feel how it creeps up on the hips. Doesn't seem like it would, but it gets in there. Switch to the opposite leg in front. Should feel like awkward in that seated position, and then you go back forward. As you come back up, take the palms down along your thighs. Bring your awareness and attention more inward to the breath. Deep belly breathing helps to recruit the diaphragm. Breathe less in the chest, more in the belly. The more that we can find coordination of belly breathing, easier to match that with coordination of strengthening in the pelvic floor. Think of every deep belly breath from the inhale, releasing in the pelvic floor. And it's the inhale where you pull and strengthen. One more breath together. Bring the palms together. Bow full gratitude to yourself, each other, this practice. Well done. Onward.